You are tuned into Larry Reid Live Show. But tonight, I'm letting you behind the veil of the MBN network that sponsors the Larry Live Show and the Reformation Church of Atlanta. Tonight, with me, will be some experts, some prophets that are part of the ministry, and we're going to let you know what we know about the month of June. Now, we have already been with our community on Sunday. They got the update. We're going to share some of that with you guys. Get ready because the month of June, you're going to fine tune and begin to bloom. But there's much more to that. Let's get started.
Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Trap Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus. The MBN Network is a nonprofit organization based in Atlanta, Georgia. We are a streaming, radio, and ministry network funded by a network of partners that are professionals, technicians, entrepreneurs, and entertainers from around the world. Become a member of Patreon today at patreon.com/Larry Reid Live to gain access to all that the MBN Network has to offer. On Sundays, tune in for prayer, prophecy, and coaching call. Available for Patreon members only. Join in on the morning meditation and prayer call open to the public Monday through Friday. On Monday evenings, catch the digital entertainment news show, Larry Reid Live, as Dr. Reid discusses an array of topics with a raw, humorous, and controversial approach. Get informed and inspired on Tier 2 Tuesdays for Tier 2 Patreon members only. Wednesday night breakdown with Dr. Reid, the virtual prophets, pastoral counselors, and coaches available for Tier 2 Patreon members only. Participate in Therapy Thursdays and Financial Fridays for all tiers inside of Patreon only. Saturdays, rest and be with your family. Become a member today by logging on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live today. Join with people from around the world, praying 15 minutes Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 667-770-1402, code 974-8029#. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live Show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to our Wednesday night breakdown. I am Shamarko Bryant, the Vice President of the MBN Network, the virtual prophet, as well as a spiritual counselor and coach. I pray you guys are having a wonderful week so far. And let us get ready to do our introduction. Start with our top row, second row, and our third.
Hello, everyone. I am Erica Phillips. I am one of your spiritual counselors and coaches, as well as the administrative director for the MBN Network. Happy to be here and share the breakdown with all of you this Wednesday.
All right, I'm on top. Hey, everybody. I am Fantastic Felicia. I'm excited to be here tonight. My name is Felicia Lachelle. I am one of your virtual prophets, spiritual counselors, and coaches. Excited for the breakdown. Let's go.
What's up, fam? My name is Mark Coley, and I'm one of your coaches here at the MBN Network, and I'm excited for the breakdown tonight.
Hello, fam. My name is Latrice Spencer. I am also one of the virtual prophets, spiritual counselors, and coaches. It's good and feels good to be here today.
Hey, y'all. I'm Cameron, one of the virtual prophets, one of the spiritual counselors and coaches. Excited to be here with you all tonight.
Hey, everybody. I'm just Sarah, one of your virtual prophets, counselors, and coaches, and I am so excited to be here. Let's break it on down.
All right, thank you guys for the introductions. Before we bring in Dr. Reid, I would like for everyone that is here to, if you have any questions, if you attended last Sunday's prayer call, you have questions from Sunday, please drop them in the chat. If not, if you just have questions, just want to know in general, drop them in the chat, and we're going to try to get to them. Even if we don't do it here, we're going to try to move it over into our next tier over in Patreon. So we're going to see what we can do here, but if not, join us over in Patreon. Let us bring in Dr. Larry Reid.
All right, hello to everyone, and we are on the main platform on the Larry Reid Live platform that's on YouTube and now Facebook. So sorry, Facebook, you just now joining us. Had a little technical issues on the back end. You are not watching the normal Larry Reid Live show, but this is something that it looks like we're going to be doing on the first Wednesday of each and every month, after we as a community really get into God's mind, his head, and his prophet's heads about the year, about the month. Then we come out here and share it with you guys in part because our community, a Christian community, but it's infused with so many other different spiritual practices, very heavy emphasis on prayer and on meditation, your own personal prayer time, and really elevating in your heart and in your mind with the things of the Spirit. And it has literally caused people's lives to be advanced, and of course, for their lives to change in many different areas of their life. They're just advancing everywhere. And we want to invite you guys to come over to Patreon. And if you're on Facebook, I see Facebook is just now joining in. So Facebook, as you come in, make sure you hit like, please hit like, and to share it, because this is going to be a spiritual conversation, an insightful conversation about the month of June. For those that were with us on Sunday morning, this is somewhat of a review, but you know, when you're hearing things a second time, it's like you hear it for the very first time. So it'll be really, really good for you just to sit right here. And to my left, to my right, and the squares around me are the counselors, prophets, and coaches that help me do exactly what I know I'm supposed to be doing in people's lives, in addition to the entertaining and making you laugh and hold your side and acting and all the other kind of stuff. All right, so when you're coming in, let us know what city and state that you are watching from. And the contractors already introduced themselves. They have their own businesses, their own personal ministries, but they are helping me do what it is that I must complete in the earth as relates to the MBN network. So these people that are sitting to my left and to my right, these are the people that are really in my life. Everybody else is just decoration. All right, so let's see. I mean, I love them too. I mean, but these people I deal with almost on a daily basis and have for several years. So it's a different kind of relationship. Shreveport, Louisiana. Elba, Alabama, I've never heard. Nolensville, Tennessee, ain't never heard of that. Have y'all ever heard of them? I ain't never heard of these places. This is brand new. Memphis, I've been there. Claremont, Florida, never heard of that. Lord gee, I'm glad I asked. Because, and Angel Perry, I didn't know, well, Angel Surratt, I did not know that you was in Fort Mill, South Carolina. You don't strike me as a South Carolina girl. I did not know that. Huntsville, Chesapeake. Now I know all these places. Dallas, Chesapeake, San Jose. Yeah, DC. That's pretty bright. Bridgeville, Delaware. That's brand new. Never heard of that. Riverside, California, Houston, Texas. Oh, 2 miles from Charlotte. You should claim Charlotte. Don't know what. You from Charlotte, like the Charlotte girl. Gaithersburg, Maryland. Union Springs, Alabama. And Jennifer Salazar, can you translate that to English? I don't know what you said. Extraordinary and menage cabrana. Do English.
It's Spanish.
Oh, that's your language. What she said?
Okay. More or less, good message. What a good explanation.
She ain't watching. That's a robot. Let me see.
Blessings. Amen.
Blocking her.
What if she said it was about blessings in June and she's like, thank you, I received
Okay. Well, see, that's why we got to have people to speak other languages, because I almost was offended. Okay, let me see. Toronto calendar, Auburn, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, New Orleans. All right, we from coast to coast. And with the woman that's talking in Spanish, she probably in Mexico, right?
That's a very broad assumption. Let's go with maybe.
I know, I'm just cutting up. All right. You said, what's wrong with SC girls, Larry D. Reid? They just look a certain kind of way. Ain't nothing wrong with, trust me, there's nothing wrong with a Carolina girl. My sisters, my mom are Carolina girls. Just look a certain kind of way, and she does not strike me as a Carolinian woman. It's a certain kind of way. Yeah. Hartford, Connecticut, California. All right. So everybody, what I need for you to do right now is to hit like, especially if you're on Facebook, because I'm on the Larry Live platform, and this is not a show that's talking about whatever's happening in the news. People are not that interested. But I want you to do the work of an evangelist right now. Hit like, and it's going to go exactly to who the people that need to know. Now, what we do on Wednesdays, we typically allow you to ask any question you want to ask. And if you are a patron, put your question in here. Every question is going to be starred, but some of these questions are going to be answered in Patreon only. So this is a great time for you to go ahead and sign up, patreon.com/Larry Live. What I'm going to give you tonight, I'm going to give you what is on God's mind concerning the month of June. Then according to the time that you were born, I'm also going to give you what's on God's mind concerning you according to the time you were born under the SUN and the SON. So I want you to be very attentive. And those of you that are going to be supporting MBN with a donation on tonight, and I'm going to let you know the 4 different donations that you can give according to your faith and your finances. That's why we have different levels of it. That I'm going to choose a few of you out of there, and I'm going to give you whatever's on my heart, on my mind, that the Spirit will download instantly. So I'm going to be letting you know when that's going to start and when that's going to take place. I'm actually waiting for a graphic because the one I got now ain't no good. Let me see. All right. Okay, so are we ready to get started? Are y'all ready? Contractors to help me out, because I'll be messing around now. Went off into something else. All right. So let's get started. All right. So let me talk to you about where we are right now. I'm going to do this in like 3 minutes. When we came into 2024, we knew we were coming into a year that was basically going to be transforming our life. We knew it. Because we're coming into a 2024. Everybody put in the chat 2024. 2024, those numbers added together come to an 8. So we knew that we were coming into a moment that is transitional. We knew that we were coming into a moment that is transformational, preparative. Why? Because 8 is between the 7 and the 9. The 7 is a close of a thing. The 9 is the new birth. A new thing is going to be birthed. The number 8 is the beginning of a new beginning. So you go into a preparative, transitional, transitory period of processing. And processing don't never feel good. Processing is not exciting. And the more excruciating the processing, really the bigger that this new thing that you're going to be heading up and doing is. So to all of you that have felt as though you have really been singled out and selected for all sorts and types of changes, possibly even drama, I want you to know that you're going to be paid really well for it. Really well for it. The payout is going to blow your mind. Now, if you have not had that type of processing or traumatic, dramatic, interesting events that have occurred this year, a loss or abrupt change, I'm not talking to you. But if you have, I am talking to you, and you're going to be paid really big. So I want you to celebrate that. And I want you to understand that all of this is just fertilization, transformation. It's just itemization for edits and deletes. All of that is happening all at the same time in this year. So it's going to get really, really good as you start stepping into 2025 and going into 2026. It's going to be good at your house. Put in the chat, it's going to be good at my house. It's going to be really good at my house. And so you can really sit in your process with a gratitude and sit in your process with a anticipation as well, because it's going to get really good in your house. That's you, your relationship, your child, your children, your spouse, your business. It's going to get really good. And all of what has been transpiring is just the transformative and the reformative work. And we are excited about it. In the month of May, if you watched us on the first Wednesday night, we entering into really now we understand it, it's a mastering phase that is inside of this whole transitional, transformative thing that's going on in 2024. It's like we stepped into a period where Father God's Spirit is very interested in making us masters. And so that's where we're going to be sitting in this month, and also in July, all the way up to our Reformation experience. And the Reformation experience, Erica, if you can just tell us what that theme is. And I want everybody to put the theme in the chat. And anyone that is a patron can meet us on that Sunday morning, July the 28th at 8 o'clock. Hundreds of us will be there. Really can be thousands of us. We don't know how many are going to come out of Patreon. But if it's thousands of us, you all won't be able to get in the room because we didn't get that big old room like we did, and we changed hotels. So more bougie hotel. It's way better in a better part of town. Thank you, Aliyah Daviara, for asking your question, because I'm going to answer your question. You said, where can I submit testimonials as a result of joining the ministry and or Patreon? We need to develop that email address because we just get them randomly. We probably need to develop testimonies at the mbnnetwork.org. You can set that up, Erica, can't you? All right, so July the 28th. Erica, what is the theme?
The theme of the Reformation Experience 2024 is the triad of transformation, mysticism, money, and the mastery.
Yeah, okay. So somebody put that in the chat so we can put that down there at the bottom, because that is exactly what it's going to be. The triad, say it again. Oh, here it is. The triad of transformation, mysticism, money, and the mastery. All right. We got it. All right, let me see here. Make sure you put it in the chat. This is the theme of Reformation 2024, culminating on July the 28th. Now, if you are a patron, you can come. If you are a patron, you can come. If you are not a patron, you cannot come. But we want you to come on and come in your baddest black, because our color this year all the time has been white. This year we in black, because we understand the power of the color black. I even share that on this platform. and what we are going to be experiencing and what kind of energy or anointing that is going to be flowing in the room. You're going to want to be there. Now, if you're in Patreon, you've had great teaching and lessons on transformative work. You understand the mystic arts. You understand money as an energy and also as a system. And since May, you have really been getting into this world of the mastery. And someone sent me a book, and I think this one is by Robert Greene, and I'm going to peruse through it, and it's called Mastery, which I did not know existed. I'm going to be releasing a book called The Master Move because we started making masterful moves in May, and there was so much information that came out. I said, this got to go in the book. So hopefully that can be done. Probably not. Well, let's just speak faith. Hopefully it'll be done by by Reformation. But if it's not, don't worry about it. It'll be out a little later. It ain't going nowhere. We compiling it all the way down. Okay, so all right. So that is the thing, and it's going to be great. More details only if you're a patron. All right. So let's get started. So let's begin to have the conversation about what June is all about. And I really want you to look at this picture, and I want you to understand, those of you that really want to get into all of what June has for you, and you want to do some workings and some prayers on your altars, and you want to really connect, June's color is light blue. So if you want to work with that color, I think that'd be great, because June is all about the color light blue, and blue has so many spiritual meanings. And one, no, I'm going on memory now. Blue represents the character of Jesus Christ. Blue also represents prophetic dreaming and the world of the prophetic. Anybody else in the chat? I'm going off of memory. I don't know why I went down this road. I didn't go down this road. Or any of the contractors. Blue also is connected to clairvoyance and divination. I think it is. Okay, somebody said peace. You could have said it up here, Felicia. That's you.
I didn't want to interrupt you while you were talking, but it represents peace. It represents tranquility. You could take it to another side where blue represents igniting your throat chakra. I have my blue on my nails. I have my blue eyeliner on. So yeah.
Okay, great.
Blue also represents trust as well. It's very trusting, calming. The sea is blue. The sky is blue.
Yeah. Okay, great. All of that. All right, so surround yourself with blue in this month of June, since June and blue is connected. And you said it represents the throat chakra. Also, this is a great month to speak your piece, to say what needs to be said, to hit that live button. Shamaka, what you think about that? Hit that live button and just start talking to people everywhere that's following you. What you think about that? Is this going to be the month to where you encourage somebody to do that, Shamaka?
You know what? I even in my mind said I was going to do that more this month. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to encourage somebody to do it. Okay, it's great.
You're being funny. I will. At least 3 videos. At least 3.
I like that. Oh, that's great.
I just texted you from your readings that you have created what you say the color blue symbolizes.
Oh, okay, all right. See, I'm going off. Thank you, Erica, so much. For the readers in the School of Prophets and Mystics, blue is a heavenly color. And if you do your search in scripture, you will come to discover how the Old Testament tabernacle had curtains and veils of blue, and that the garments of the priests had blue in it. In fact, the robe of the ephod was blue. Exodus 28, 31, and 32. And you shall make the robe of the ephod all of blue. Blue then speaks of being in ministry. If you dream of being given a blue coat or even driving a blue car, it means that the Lord is referring to your ministry garb or calling. Blue also symbolizes the character of Christ. All right. So add that to everything that we said blue means, because we were not lying. All right. So let's begin to look at the word of the Lord for the month. Now, what do you mean, Reid? That means as a prophet leader that is serving all of these people, these thousands of people, I prayed, and it started around about Thursday because I had to have it before Sunday. And I said, now, Lord, you gave us something really good for May. And that thing, and we really could keep on with May. But it's a new month, so this is a different time. What are you saying? And I started Thursday, so that messed up my Friday and my Saturday. I say messed up jokingly, but it is a task, and it is a weight, and it is a pressure. You don't get to do what everybody else get to go do. You know, everybody get to go to the movies and go out to eat and can go out on Saturday night. I can't. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't, because I've been trying to figure out what is going on. And my life has been like this. Oh, Jesus. I started pastoring when I was a teenager, so it's been like this for a long time. So that's what I began to do. And this is what Spirit began to talk to me and said this. You are entering into a deeper contemplation and consideration. And I have these words underlined because I want to extract out of the prophetic word and some action steps. And so I'm going to give that to you tonight for the month of June. You are entering into a deeper contemplation and consideration. From this space of clarity, you will bring reorganization and reprioritization, excuse me. You will scale down and scale back for a relaunch, using the new approach received from your new lens and new friends. Okay, so let me give you some clarity. Now, some of you may feel like, oh my God, you hit me with so much. That's because you're not connected to a prophet that is a futurist. So it seems like this is coming out of the blue. You having to wrap your head around it. When I'm talking about it, you're probably like, okay, what is he saying? Like, reprioritization, what do I do with that? See, you eat at the level of your cook. And if you have not been fed good, do you know your brain starts to recalibrate to the level of the entrees, the spiritual entrees and teachings that you're receiving? So the person you listen to can literally make you stupid and dumb. So if you feel like, okay, I feel like what you're saying on this graphic with the word of the Lord, I feel like I'm picking up something that's already been going on for a while, and it's just hitting me now. You're right. We have already been in that spiritual intensive in May. And so now today, you're going to have to catch up, and I'm going to help you catch up, okay? But I want to take you all the way there. So you're going to have to probably watch this live over and over, and then bring your whole hind end over to the Patreon so you can stay up to date. All right, so you will scale down and scale back for a relaunch using the new approach received from your new lens and new friends. So let me say this, because that's what I was going to say before a few minutes ago. You're going to be introduced to new people this month. Let me give you a caution. If you have been in personal work and in the work of mastering yourself, the people that are going to be showing up are going to be in that same work, and they're going to be almost like assisting you in that work by being someone that you can sort of look at who's in the same work that can encourage and inspire you. If you've not been in that work, then the people that are going to be showing up are actually people that match the phase you're trying to fade out of. So you're going to need to put some lines of demarcation because friends are coming. Let me explain something to you. The old saints used to tell me this. When God wants to do something new in your life, he brings somebody new in your life. When the devil wants to do something in your life different than he done before, he brings somebody new in your life. So all your life, folk coming and in and out, in and out, in and out. You have the responsibility to know who is who. And how can you know who is who? By knowing who is you. And if you know that you are still actively editing some things and possibly putting harnesses on stuff that's really out of control. You know, that thing that you're putting the harness on and that thing you editing, the match is coming. And it's all part of a test. Let me explain something to you. God tests all the darn time. Spirit or the universe test and check all the darn time. He doesn't tempt, but he tests. And what a lot of us do with our church brain is we call the testing of the Lord the temptation of the devil. And it's not. It's a check. It's a test. And why the tests come? So that you can pass them and graduate to what's next. And just check and see what you're still learned. What have you learned? What have you really learned? I hear what your mouth say, but what did you really learn? Anybody got anything to say about that?
Oh, me. I was actually having this conversation the other day. The friends that we have, we've all heard a million times, like they align with our future. But the friends that you attract are vibrational twins, you know. So when you start to do soul work, when you start to do this personal growth work, your friends of the past tend to die off because you're no longer vibrating on the same frequency. And so many people, we start to go through this transitional period and we get confused because we're losing what used to be our foundation, or what, you know, the millennials call our day ones. But your day ones can't go because you're no longer vibrating at the same level in the frequency. So I don't believe that, you know, how people sometimes say that, you know, it's lonely at the top. It's not lonely at the top. You just got to recalibrate so that now who I'm acquainted with at the top is those people that are vibrating on the same frequency with me as well. So yeah.
Absolutely. That's great. Anybody
Yeah,
else?
day ones become dead weight.
Ooh.
And yeah, they do. Ages as you're moving through your mastery of self is so incredibly important. So I love this. Your live the other day, the identity, I think the biggest challenge for all of us is to stay in the perpetual work of knowing who we are, because even who we are today changes from who we'll be tomorrow. So it's never the same. So there's a constant evolution, and if we can be okay with that, that's
Yeah.
Can I add this too, Dr. Reid, about the you said the testing of the Lord? And I heard it said like this, I thought was so profound. You never fail a test. You just keep taking it until you pass it. And so I was like, whoa, because you know, we quick to say when we mess up, like, oh, I failed it. You didn't fail it. You're just gonna keep taking it. The failure of it is the repetition that you have to undergo, and knowing that I should have been at another level, but I'm retaking this again and again. It's like symbolic to sitting in a classroom and you're cool with repeating as long as your peers are there with you. You know, we all doing this together. But it's when you see your peers graduate that the repetition becomes hell and torment. And that is supposed to be the fire underneath you to get you going. Like, no, I'm not doing this again.
Right. And it's not, and it should encourage you and inspire you. And this is so terribly important because we all need friends. We do. We definitely do. But more than that, we need to be in the work of mastering me. Absolutely. I will. Go ahead.
I when you was talking about the testing, it be God testing us. It's not the devil. And I know I used to think of it as the devil. This is the devil tempting me. This is, you know, the devil. This is the devil doing, because God wouldn't do me like this. But a lot of times I will fail on purpose just so I can blame the devil. But now knowing that this is God testing me, wanting me to strengthen those weak areas, I put more effort in it now. I challenge myself more because this is something I need to work on, not so I can blame the devil. He trying to get me anyway. But no, you need to get better at this. So work on yourself and try harder. So I'm glad that you said it like that. because I know I did that. I don't know if everybody else did that, but it was the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, the devil.
That statement, Latrice, has got me thinking, because I think about, like, why do we blame the devil for things that really are being presented to us for us to see what's actually already in us, or we have the capacity to actually do? And so it's, I'm wondering, like, we put it there because the church really doesn't, you don't get to develop your own identity. You put that somewhere else and you label that as bad.
And let me say this because it needs to be said, and I want everybody to be very clear. It is the tactic and strategy and scheme of the church to disconnect you from yourself and your own power, blaming the devil and developing a character and a person separate from your core self and denying yourself are all diabolical works that sabotage self achievement, self realization, self gratitude, self appreciation, which are all of these things you need and should have working in you, that is the result of being raised by parents, been raised by a family. See, the first institution established is the family, then the church. It's not the other way around. So you're supposed to find spirituality and your religious community and practice as a direct result of the wellness that the family formed in you. See, when you don't get identity first, anything spiritual and religious put in your hand is going to be a weapon that you use, starting with yourself.
I grew up hearing the
Yeah.
devil is busy, the devil is busy, the devil is busy. And so anytime we did something wrong, it was always the blaming the devil. And so I think even the church has like this twofold with the devil. They use the devil to scare you from venturing out anywhere. And they also use the devil to not allow you the art of self-mastery. So what I've started to do with me is I gave my lower self a name. I didn't call him the devil. I call him Antoine, which is my middle name, so that I can separate me from the other version of me,
Right.
which needs the work. So when Antoine is in charge, I don't say the devil is busy. No, Antoine is busy, which is a part of me, but I gotta give him guidance and navigation, and I also got to do that soul work of mastery so that
Right.
Antoine doesn't run the show, but he is a part of me.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we give our lower nature a name? And let's look at our lower nature not as somebody we need to get rid of, not as somebody that we need to throw away, but somebody we just need to master, because the young are strong. So there's a strength that's in that underdeveloped, unraised, still growing, not mature you. And there's also that risk taker that is in that youthful you that ain't scared of nothing. You need that. So you just need to name it and master it. You don't want to get rid of it. You just want to master it. Like I tell people all the time, don't get rid of your lust. Don't get rid of the church make us hate the word lust. You need your lust. Don't get rid of your desires. No, you need your desire. They're powerful emotions. That's all part of your faith offering, your worship offering, any faith act. You need that energy from your spirit. So let's do that. And since we under the theme for June, mastering me versus may master moves and money, masterful money moves and business, let's look at our lower nature and as someone that we need to master. I think that is great. I think that's healthy.
Dr. Reed, you gave your lower self a name, Jeremy. When you get on your lives, you call it Jeremy. So you already did it without even knowing, like, oh, that's Jeremy. You know what I'm saying? It's that separation,
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm talking over somebody. Somebody has something to say.
I was gonna say, but Mark, I think Mark came with his robe on to preach tonight.
He did.
But
He smashed the collection plate.
He took the words out of my mouth. But I remember my mom telling me every time I did something after I got saved. Before I got saved, it was just me being the devil. But when I got saved, it was like, Marco, the devil made you do that. You knew better than that. And I would say that until I started working on myself. And I'm working on myself and doing self work, and the same situation presented itself, and I didn't do different. I'm like, where the devil at? It won't hit. It was just I just got self control.
Mastering. And let's look at this, Veronica Johnson. I want to help relanguage something here because some of this is not good for you. Thorns in the flesh are necessary to make us aware of our weakness and where our strength lies. First of all, you do not have any weakness. I want everybody to put in the chat, I have no weaknesses. It's the same thing when I say you don't make any mistakes and you don't have any failures. It's lessons and opportunities that you didn't posture yourself proper with. So you don't have any weakness. You just have areas that you need to master. That's it. You're not weak in that area. You just have areas that you need to master. Because if I allow you to say that I'm weak and I do not care it's in the Bible, just put a line through it and write another word on top of it. Deb, if I let you call yourself weak, we're all coaches right here, so they know exactly what I'm about to say. If I let you call yourself weak, then you are going to show up less than your power. And we're not giving space for that. Now that's giving place to the devil. We're not giving no space for that. This is just an area I have to master. I gotta pay more attention in this area. This other area is more automated. This is very natural for me. I learned that. But this area I got training wheels on. You gonna say something, Erica?
Yeah, because when we reframe it, we've talked about this a couple of times. I use it as areas of growth. So I like when we ask what's your grow and what's your glows, when you ask like what's good about me, what could I work on? Because when you reframe it and you think about it in areas I need to grow in, I always have that in my mind that I'm striving towards that. But if you have in your mind that it is a weakness, that's how it's also going to show up for you.
Right. And you use that as an excuse of that's just how I am. And you would never
Sorry
to get out of that.
Hold on, what happened?
Imagine.
I'm sorry, did I cut through y'all? I had something going on my end. Did y'all hear it?
No.
Great. Go ahead.
So just imagine growing up, and this is just an example of what happened today. My granddaughter, she's in the Bahamas, and she thought I called her trifling. So just imagine if I wouldn't have came back and corrected her and saying you're trifling. So in her mind and her psyche, somewhere that word will begin to play on her and create that false sense of reality for her. She's going to begin to say, I'm trifling. And so that creates where we have issues of navigating the false self. Realities are created by words that people speak over your lives. So you have to be very, very careful of, like you said yesterday on the live, that live was so thought-provoking, and I implore everybody to go back and watch it. So as you get older, you have to begin to work through that false reality of the words that people spoke over your life. I don't like to hear people say, I'm broke. Because our words have power and it creates. I'm not broke. No. So we have to be careful when it comes to that. Navigating through the false reality of ourselves.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't know, it's because we on the main platform doing what we do in the private room. These contractors are showing out tonight. Y'all are just hitting it. And I see a lot of my second tier that are preaching in the comment section. Oh my God. All right, those of you that are just coming in, welcome to the Larry Live platform. But we are doing on tonight what we do in our private community on Sundays. Well, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, what we do in Patreon. If you make a decision tonight to join Patreon, patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. I promise you it's going to be one of the best decisions that you have made all year long. And once you get over there, engage on Sundays and on Wednesdays. Make sure you watch what is happening in Patreon for Tier 2 on Tuesday, on Therapy Thursdays, and Financial Fridays. If you do this, it will be the best gift that you can give to yourself. So go right now if you are not a part. patreon.com/Larry Live. Sign up with your email address, not your Facebook name. Turn on your notifications inside of your phone so you can see any post or anything that is going on over there, because it's going to help you. And you becoming more of who you were born to be is going to change your family. And that's what it's all about. The world can get better one person at a time, starting with you. And so do that for yourself. Let's get back into the rest of the prophetic word, because I got to give you these points. And then, according to when you were born, I am going to give you what God told me to tell you. All right. So you will scale down and launch and scale back for a relaunch using the new approach received from your new lands and new friends. What was forced to fit is moved out of its place in June. What is designed to align will shine and lead the way. Justice will rule and reign as a theme in June and July in many areas of your life. The plans you've made, goals you've set, and the seeds you've sown will begin to bloom in June and will fly in July. Fine tune in June. Self-care is fair. Seed the need indeed. Now, you know how the Spirit speaks to the prophets. They get really crafty with these words. So we're going to look at all of these underlying parts of this word of the Lord, and we're going to create some action steps. So contemplation and consideration. So I'm going to give you 8 points that provide a comprehensive and practical approach to living out this prophetic word of the Lord for June. If you're ready for that, I want to see in the chat, I want you to put in there, I am ready to receive. Once I see that in the chat, I know that I can move ahead on. I've heard this before, Lori Price. And let me help you rethink this statement. You're not in between blessings. The blessing is the in between. And this is something that is not discussed much. The process is where you get changed into another person. See, the blessing that you got before, the process after that blessing prepares you for what is next. So really, the blessings are just markers of processing. So you need to see the in-between as the blessing. Okay? That's when you get re-educated, your mind changes. See, the person that receives the blessing and the person who receives the next blessing are not the same people. So the in-between is really the blessed spot. It's the sweet spot. It's a sweet spot. I often say this, the person that receives the prophecy is not the person that the prophecy is going to be fulfilled in. So this statement, I want to suggest to you to alter it. All right. I'm saying a lot of I'm ready to receive. So let's go ahead on. Okay, so let's look at this. All right, deeper contemplation and consideration, because that was the first thing underlined in the prophetic word. There's a scripture 119:15 says, I meditate on your precepts and consider your ways. So as relates to the month of June, ladies and gentlemen, I'm inviting you into a moment of contemplation and consideration. I want you to begin this month. We're 5 days in, but you can start today. I want you to begin this month by setting aside time for reflection and then seeking God's wisdom and your own wisdom. What do you mean? In contemplation and consideration sounds like what M word? Meditation. In meditation and meditative moments, we go in the deeper corridors of ourselves and we can pull out stuff that may not be in our mind prior. It gets very clear. A crystallization happens in meditation. Crystallization happens in meditation. What happens is you find the answers that are running around in the inside of you to your questions in your head. And I want you to always remember this. You know the answer to every question that you have. You just need someone, and many times that's yourself, to point it out to you, to locate it and bring it into your awareness. And I know that may sound very strange because, of what you've heard, but I'm telling you what the truth is. If you are the I am, then there is nothing you do not know. That's just the reality. There's nothing that you do not know. And there's nothing that you cannot unearth because you're the I am. Were you going to say something, Erica?
Yes, that reminds me of a practice used in the teaching world called inquiry-based teaching. And basically what it means is, if a lot of times science teachers do this, you don't really encounter it very much anywhere else. But basically, if you ask the teacher a question, they're not going to answer you. They're going to answer you with a question. Therapists do it a lot too. But basically, it kind of is along the same lines where or you're empowering whomever you're teaching that they have the knowledge to be able to answer it themselves. And that really builds a better student. Because then they're not so reliant upon the teacher and they start to ask their own questions.
Ooh. Oh my God. But see, this is why Cameron got in this conversation 3 times on the platform. I don't know if you notice it. That's where we have to hold the church accountable, because you know that you are teaching an over-reliance. And you know the benefit of doing people like that, because you're able to move them around like chess pieces when you strip them of their power and then make them rely on coming to you, the leader, or rely on coming to you, the church building. And let us talk to the spiritual communities, or have them rely on you for a reading, for a prophecy. That we can't do that. That is spiritual malpractice.
I would even take it a step further and say it's abuse, because it's an abuse of power. It's an abuse of control. And especially like you said, and I'm glad you called it, because in my mind, that's what I'm doing. But we have to hold, that's why we have these conversations, right? Because it has to be known that's what's going on.
Yeah, it needs to be known. And this is why the church cannot say change no more. Let the church, the church can, the church cannot say amen, cannot say amen anymore. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. No, the hell we ain't. What we are saying now is change. We're saying reform, because we do not need amen in the church anymore. I want you to put in the chat, I will not amen again. I will not amen again. I will not amen again. Hell no. You put that on the end too. That just makes it better. Absolutely cannot, because that it has really corrupt up people's life. All right, let me move fast. It's gonna be too long. Next, because what I'm doing, I'm giving you comprehensive and practical approach to live out this prophetic word. Number 2. Next thing I had underlined in that prophetic word, if you want to show them that, Erica, as I'm talking, just pop that prophetic word in, is reorganization and reprioritization. I just messed that word up. Y'all know I got a little problem. Okay, Isaiah 43:18-19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Evaluate your current priorities and make necessary adjustments. Embrace change and be open to new ways. And those new ways, you know that they're in your heart, they're in your spirit, or God is speaking to you about it through a dream or through a prophetic. Open yourself to new ways of God leading you. That is so powerful. I don't know if you know how, but be open to new ways of God leading you. I'm gonna say that again because it's easy to be missed. Be open to new ways of God leading you. Welcome, Karina F. Murray. She just joined second tier. Christina McCaskill joined as a patron member level 1. K. Your faith Chauvin. They ain't do that right. Join tier 2. So at tier 2, you got Sunday to Friday of nothing but coaching. So where can you get coaching for $12 a month? That's what I want to know. Please tell me. All right. So be open to new ways of God's talking to you. You may see it in your head. You may hear it in your heart. It may happen while you're praying. It may be a commercial. It may be a sign. It may be a conversation you having with your sis or with your bro. And just something they say stands out. They ain't even aware, but it just stands out. Be open and sensitive because he is talking. Yeah.
Can I add something there? I feel like a part of that is also me taking the initiative to put myself in situations to learn something new. So I'll give an example. I was thinking about my prophetic gift, and I said to myself in connection with this teaching, I'm going to begin to study animals. I want you to begin to show me people as animals. Now, first of all, this is me, right? But I realize I'm putting myself in a position to be used by God in a different way. But I'm taking the initiative to do that. Now that's the spiritual matters, but I'm doing it in other ways too. But I just wanted to. That's what came to mind. We have to initiate that.
Absolutely. See, I'm a horse and I'm a panther. What do anybody know what you connect with energetically as far as in the animal kingdom? Cat.
I'm a dolphin.
Giraffe.
Elephant.
Wow.
How do you find it? What you connect with?
Good question, Mark. I'm so glad you asked.
Because he was going to ask the same question.
You know what?
More than one?
You should read the Harry Potter books or watch the Harry Potter movies because I feel like the closest way that you can like understand it, everybody has something called a Patronus. I know my white girl's showing right now, but basically it's like how your like magic shows up in the world, and so everybody gets their own animal assigned to them. So basically, that's how I found out.
Well,
so it's not like the astrology sign. It's not connected to that at all.
Well, actually,
It is.
Because I think Leo, Lion, that's why I was thinking.
yeah. But when I'm talking, but see, that's your sun sign, SUN and SON. What I like to say, that's your sun sign. But you have more than one sign. When you were born, let's imagine somebody took a picture of the heavens. So every planet, every celestial body was in a certain posture and position. So you are all those things. But we just focus on the sun sign. But there's a rising. There was something that was happening on the horizon. There's something that's happened down on the polar opposite of your descendant. There was something that was happening. The moon was in a certain phase. And all of that shapes who you are. Now, great way to see what animal speaks out to you. Study the animal. Just study the animal. And you will see. That's how come I know energetically and how I operate and how I move. I am a horse and I am a panther. I'm very clear on that. And that's why a panther sits over there. And I have a lot of lion in my personality. A lot of lion. So I have these things in my home around here.
Maybe that's what I was seeing, because when I see you sometimes I be thinking it's a leopard, but maybe it is a panther that I'm seeing.
Yeah. See there? There they go.
So I like to watch the Animal Planet. I watch it like religiously. And so one of the animals that I'm connected to is the giraffe. The giraffe possesses patience, calmness, kind. It could be other ones, but the giraffe sticks out to me.
Wow. Wow. I love all that. Okay, we're getting way off. All right, so let's go to the next thing. We gave you number one, number two. We're not going to be able to finish this. We're not going to be able to finish this. So you just need to know this. If you go into Patreon and you listen to Sunday morning, I name all 8. I take 2 hours to talk about it. So do yourself a favor. The first thing you do when you get over to the Patreon, patreon.com, the first thing that you need to do is to start on Sunday. And of course, pay attention to the MBN Network's frequently asked questions, FAQs, because you will learn a lot of the language that we use when we say Taruma, when we say money magic, we say mystics and ministers and millionaires and misfits. You know what all these words mean, and it would be great. Nicole Tisdale says, Sunday was my first time. Amazing. Wow. Thank you for that. You've been a brand advocate right now. All right, we only have 7 questions that are in here. We're going to get to those 7 questions. But before we get to those 7 questions, I want to get into the conversation about your sign. Now, does everybody in here in the chat know what your sun sign is? If you do, put sun sign colon and then put what your sign is in the chat. Put sun sign colon and then put what your sun sign is. Because this is what I did. I did not pull your chart. I don't know your birthday. I didn't do any of those things. That's what someone would do that's giving you your birth chart, and they have all the information, the time you were born and everything. I didn't do any of that. I said, well, Lord, there are going to be folk here that was born under the sun sign Leo. What are you saying to the Leos for the month of June? And then he talked to me. That's it. It's just that simple. I said a lot of Cancer and Gemini and Tauruses and a lot of Geminis. See Pisces, Cancer again. So Cancer, Pisces, and Geminis, the whole chat. A couple of Virgos. Oh, God. Libra. Okay. I see. All right. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go through these signs and give you the word of the Lord. But what I want you to do first, I want you to posture yourself to make a commitment. And if you are going to make a commitment before you find out what it is, I want you to put it in the chat. Just step out on faith and say, I am going to make the commitment, Larry. And I'm going to be watching as I drink my water and mind my business. Because this is a commitment you have to make for June. It's getting real personal in here. Okay, I'm connecting with you. Monica, that's a pretty picture. All right, I'm looking. Great. Oh, Miss Irene, I should be there this month. You know what? Maybe that's where I need to go. I said I need to take 3 or 4 days by myself. I have to take somebody that can do everything that needs to be done, and just get clear. I feel like there's some information that I'm supposed to be getting, and I have to get really quiet. All right, I see a lot of this. All right. Okay. All right. So this is the commitment that you're going to make. I want you to commit. Now, don't back up now. I want you to commit to 5 moments every single day. I'm going to say 5 days a week. I want you to commit to 5 moments every single day. Pull your phone out. Decide what time that's going to be. You know your day, I don't know your day. 5 moments, 5 times a day to pray, listen, around the mastery of you. Now, let me tell you how this prayer is going to go. Let me give you an example. Larry, I'm very proud of you, and I'm so excited about how you have changed and how you have grown. And you are going to do nothing but continue to grow, mature, and actualize. You are becoming a master. You are a master. And there's nothing that you cannot do. You get what how this is going? Don't slip into that religious stuff. You're literally speaking a positive word of prayer and prophecy over yourself 5 times a day. And you're going to change the tide. By the end of June, you're going to feel totally different about yourself and about your potential, your power, your ability. Because one thing that I know as a coach is that it's important for people to be able to self-coach. And I think this type of break that you're going to make for 5 times a day, it can be 2 minutes. But you just need to make this break in your day 5 times a day. Just 5. That's your commitment. Now, if you done told me you're going to make the commitment. Now, here's the proof that you're going to make the commitment. What I want you to do is find a seed starting with this right here. Oh, this works because this great. So I'll change this one. So this is how I want you to do it. I want you to, since it's prayer, can somebody read Psalm 55:17 right quick? Never mind, because that's 3 times. This is what we're going to do. Since it's 5 times a day, what we're going to worship God with right now with our money, we're going to do it in 5s. And let me tell you how we're going to do it. Let's first look at the meaning of the number 5. Five means grace, activation, strength, accomplishment, movement, exploration, change, and versatility. 5 times a day. And we're going to sow in 5. So let me tell you how to do this. Because everybody's on different levels, financial levels and faith levels. Every time you give, it should be an act of faith. It should have a prophetic edge on it because you're prophesying over your money in that moment. So this is what everybody here, there are hundreds of you here. I want everybody here to do this. And if you can do this and it's really easy for you to do it, I need for you to go to the next level. Now, everybody here, 55.55. That's $55.55. But how many people in the chat, let me know if that's too low for you. Put in the chat, that ain't me. If 55 is too low for you, put in the chat, that ain't me. That's right, Dorothy. You can't make a commitment like that and there is not an action to follow up. You can't ever do it. Yeah, there's always a seed tied to an action, especially if there's been a prophetic word spoken. Faith without works is dead. The first work should be a seed and an offering. And now our second work is praying 5 times a day. Yeah. That ain't me. I see a lot of that ain't me. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can find you. All right. Now, the way that we operate here is that when we are donating, it means something. This thing with them fives, them 4 5s, and the 4 deals with divine order. So if that ain't you, the 55, maybe that or Monica just did what I was about to say. I said maybe for you that needs to be a Taruma. And she just done 55 Taruma. I think that was Monica, the one that was pretty in the picture. Okay, so the next step up would be the high performer. So the high performer just put a 1 in front of it. That's 155.55. And then the stakeholder, the 155.55 is not enough, meaning you can't feel it. I mean, because maybe you're doing pretty good. God bless you. Put a 2 in front of it. That's the stakeholder. And then if that ain't enough, you put whatever you want to put in 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. That's a super seed. But everybody here, 55. Now, do not give this seed if you are not going to do the 5 times a day. It's just for the rest of the month. And it's the 5th of June. So all this is aligning. So for the rest of the month, take a breath. All right, you're going to do this, Larry. 5 times. Set your alarm. So get rid of that 8 o'clock one that you done had up there. You don't even do it no way. 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. You just go off and you just stop it every time and don't bit more pray. What you do is go ahead and set the alarm on your phone now so that you can get in the act of doing it. If you just do the seed and just say, okay, I'm going to do it, that might not be enough for you. You might need to get actively involved right now in setting and structuring things for you to take 5 times out of the day and basically speak words over yourself that encourage the mastery.
I think this is a confirmation that I'm definitely on the right track because Monday, Spirit spoke to me and said, every day prophesy to yourself. And I hadn't done it in so long. I mean, like college days maybe, but I mean, I think positively of myself and all that, but actually prophesying, I prophesy to people all day, every day. And the Spirit said, start prophesying to yourself in the mirror every day.
Wow.
And I've been doing it.
All right. It's time to make it happen right now. On the left is the way that you send the Taruma. Now, the Taruma comes directly to me. It does not go through the ministry. The 55, 155, 255, 55, or whatever else you want to donate is on the right. Send that to the ministry on the right. And that mail where it says 708 Morosgo is actually 780. That got to be fixed. If you're going to mail it in, it's 780 Morosgo Drive. But this is the way. And the name of this seed is Mastering Me Seed. Mastering Me Seed. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, I like that T. Gatlin. His time is 1:11, 2:22, 3:11, and 4:44 and 5:55. I like that. Yeah, I have to set mine up after I get off this thing. Thank you, Naida. Why my sinus is trying to tighten my whole head up? Excuse me. All right. So I'm going to put that back up a little later on for those that are coming in late. But I need to get to work on the prophecies.
Really quick, can I just ask? It's more of a question statement. So what we're doing, it sounds like, is a lot it's a lot like affirmations.
Yes, that's prayer. Mhm.
And so when we think about ourselves, our higher selves as like God,
Mhm.
then when we speak highly of ourselves, then that's also prayer.
Right. It's worship. Speaking positively of the self, because you are the I am, and you don't need to say, well, let me suggest another way of saying that. Not that I am like God, I am God. And that is what we all need to get. That we are literally, we're God. A speck of the universe and all that is lives in the inside of you. And the consciousness that created every world is in the inside of you. If I would take you and turn you inside out, you will look like the galaxies and the Milky Ways and the stars and the celestial bodies. We're talking about the true you, not the body. Yeah, so absolutely.
Can I add something?
Mhm.
Um, my religious or church brain mind used to think, because these are the guidelines that we were given mostly at church. Like prayer has to be this dramatic act. You know, you got to go in your prayer closet, and it ain't real unless you screaming, you sweating, and you shouting that bit. And so I used to really put an effort to do that. And I used to set my timer like it ain't powerful unless I'm in here an hour, you know, like all this religious stuff. And I came to this awakening of my life becomes a prayer based on how I think. And so my thoughts, my words, my actions are all prayer. So a person can literally be in their closet calling down heaven, as we say, and not get any results because their lived life does not represent what they want to come to pass. And what sealed it for me, I heard in a book, he says you can lock a man up in a prison, and if he fixes his mind on what he desire, it has to come to him. And when I heard that, I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
because you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, when we affirm in certain things, like what I do for me, I just say I'm grateful for what has already come to pass because it has already happened in the spirit realm. I'm awaiting and anticipating it to arrive in the physical realm. So I just say I'm grateful for this. Man, I'm so happy for this because Mark 11:20 so 4 says, believe that you have received it. So prayer is acting as if you've already received it. But I'm done. I don't want Shamarko to talk about me no more.
Uh, but that is absolutely correct and it's true. A thinking man is a praying man, and if that praying man is not a thinking man, that man is an aimless man. So when you are shouting and you praying, and that mind is not in the same posture of what has been said out of your mouth, and then you're relying on spirit to inspire what is articulated, it's pointless. It is absolutely pointless. I don't know what people. When I look across this internet on Sunday morning, I don't even know. I don't have the energy to perform. There has to be something spiritual happening in order for me to act like something spiritual is happening. And I do not understand where the energy comes from because I don't have that. I get tired quick. And I do not understand that. I don't understand that. It does what the scripture say about bodily exercise profit little. I'm not interested in any of that. So yeah, the thinking man is really the praying man. And being and the practice you mentioned, Mark, gratitude, being thankful for what has already been given, meaning that God's intention towards me is good. That's everything that's good. So I just need to acquiesce my thankfulness to what has already been given and become aware of that so that I give it a free space to manifest because it's already here. You just can't touch it and can't see it because it's in the manifestation realm, but it's already been given. Yeah. Woo! My God. That's a whole lot already. All right, right now to the right, we are doing the donations. And excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm tightening up. And these donations that we are doing, make sure you call it the Master and Me seed. Do it in the memo section and put your phone number so that we can call you. And if you do not put it in there, we do not know who it is that donated. If you've already given and you didn't put your name, your phone number, email donations, this email address, donations at the mbnnetwork.org, and screenshot your donation and send us your phone number so that we can call you. All right. Okay. All right, let's get into the prophetic word. And probably what we do tonight, if you guys are okay with this, I'm just going to speak prophetically to those that done the super seed. And then all 5 prophets are going to call those of you that did the stakeholder tomorrow. And then if you've done the high performer seed of 155, 55, Shamako is going to call you privately on tomorrow. And then the rest of the prophets, one by one, if you've done the 55, 55, going to be calling you tomorrow as well. And this is just our way of thanking you for donating and supporting this ministry. And at the same time, we're able to minister to you and connect with you one-on-one.
That's just real quick.
Yeah.
Please, please, please make sure you put your phone numbers in there. And if you've donated and have missed your phone number, please email the admin, Erica.
Donations
at
the MBN right here.
Yes, as well as give at least, Erica says 8 days. I say 4 or 5 days. And please delete your emails, or not emails, let's call it voicemails.
Yes, make sure your voicemail's not full.
We'll try to call you guys, and then you'll say we never called you. So please make sure your voicemail is empty so we can get to it.
All right. I'll go ahead.
Just to wrap up those logistics, just quickly, when Dr. Reid says we're going to call you tomorrow, that means we're going to begin calls tomorrow. And so that doesn't, there are over 400 here. There's going to be a lot listening to the replay. That doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get to you tomorrow, but as long as your phone number's there, as long as your voicemail is clear, we will get to you. And that's why I say 8 days max. If you haven't heard from us and it's been a full week,
right,
send me an email. My name is Erica, spelled like America, take off the am, at the MBN network, and I will make sure we figure out what happened.
Right. Many times you hear from them in 2 or 3 days. And let's suppose we've had another live and you donated again, they're going to get to you again. And let me say this, it's extremely important because I saw somebody send me something saying no prophecy needed. Let me say this, and I want you to hear me really, really well. Don't you wash your hand in every single day? I pray to God you do. Don't you brush your teeth every single day? I pray to God you do. And don't you eat 2 or 3 times a day? I know you do. I can look at you and tell it. So the mindset that, oh, I just received the prophecy yesterday, I don't need another one today, makes no sense. It's just your church brain. And I used to be like that. I mean, just like 5 years ago. But there is something magical, supernatural, and so profitable when somebody is speaking to you with the intention to help you, to edify you over and over and over. It's like, I don't want to hear nobody tell me anything good. That's what you're saying. I don't want to hear anybody tell me anything good. Don't tell me nothing good. Let me tell you, if you're a colored person here in America, you can stand to be prophesied to 3 times a day for about the next 10 years just to recalibrate your expectation of what you can do in your own body. Yes, so don't do that no more, okay? Veronica Johnson said, I don't recognize the number till after I done missed it. So that's why your Voicemail needs to be clear so that they can leave it. Why is my nose tightening up? That don't need to happen. That's not a good sign. Okay. So the Taruma, okay, somebody asking the questions. So the Taruma is like a seed to you personally, right, Veronica Johnson? That's correct. You play the bass, Veronica? That's the lead. Isn't that bass? Yes, exactly. Thank you for asking that too. Oh, I love this question. Let me answer this, and then I'm gonna get to the prophecies. Good afternoon, everyone. For some reason, when the chat goes live, I am not able to post. So here is my question for tonight. I want none of that. Your question. Karma and karmic debt always the reason for hardship? No. It depends on how you look at karma. But you can just if you make a bad decision, you're gonna call the result of your bad decision karma. And I guess you could say that, but no, you reap what the hell you sow. If you sow something nutty and crazy, you're gonna reap that right back to you. So in the world of karma, typically this comes back in a graduated state. And there's normally no, how can I say, you're very clear on what's happening. I'm getting this back because this is what I saw. And normally you get it back through a person. And this is what we had this conversation. Lord, we came about a week ago or 2 weeks. We talked about soulmates, twin flames, karmic partners, and something else. It was 4 of them. Life partners. And the karmic people show up to give you what you've planted. And sometimes that's bad, but sometimes it's good. So do so good and do well, and that comes back to you. Okay. I'm really getting like stopped up. And it does not feel good. All right, so let's look at this. A few of these prophecies. I'm not going to be able to do all of them. Let's see. Did I have dairy today? I did. So that's what that is. There's lots of pressure right here coming up on me. All right, Aries. How many Aries we have in the chat? Let's look at what God said about y'all for the month of June. God says, prepare for what is extraordinarily different and out of the norm. I am taking you on a deeper journey within the self to realize pride and ego that must be managed and harnessed. You must humbly follow someone else's lead and example in this season and keep yourself from knee-jerk reactions such as anger, outburst, self-medication, and compulsive expenditures. You're showing up as a self-coach this month with massive benefits. All right. Let's look at another one. Capricorn. Count up the cost and weigh the consequences. Misspelling there. You must say no for now. Take a self-pause and a break. If you can't fully let it go, then get someone else to do it because you must take a break and take it now. You've been carrying responsibilities that are heavy, and God says rest and then rest again. You must revitalize with someone else's hand on the plow as you guide from the side. This month and next month, make time for you. Are the caps in the chat? All right, Pisces. Realizations will happen this month back to back. You haven't been seeing things as they are because of your optimism. You will begin to see how things truly are and the expense you are paying for them to exist not in your favor. You're being taken for granted and you are not seeing your contribution value properly. When you do, you're going to make adjustments that will irritate those close that have benefited, and this will empower you. A new you is about to be introduced to your circle in June and July. All right, Pisces. Taurus. I am hiding you from the taker. Mhm. You've been robbed of time and energy that you can't get back from where you gave it. I am in you to aid in self-replenishing. You will drink from an inner well, confidence, courage, and calm. You will drink from an inner well, confidence, courage, and calm as you are adjusting to a new order of things and abrupt changes that feel like loss. The gains will be abundant. Let me look in the chat, see what y'all saying. Oh, y'all a little behind. Okay, Cancer. Turn your face upward, for the air around you is filled with divine downloads coming into and at times abruptly invading your consciousness. This will continue as it has already been happening, except it will be quicker. Rapid impulses that need to be captured. You will be left with the job of puzzling them together. What are you puzzling together? Those divine downloads just invading. Puzzling them together to understand the message of the collective. This will pull you aside with your guide. Aha. All right, next, Gemini. I know a lot of y'all in the chat. I am pulling you through change after change. Work with me as I am navigating changes along with you. I am your support and I am here. By the close of the month, you will make a decision that will change a key part of your brand, business, and your identification and classification. You are an expansive entity, and change is your friend to help you win. Let me look what y'all saying in this here chat. All right. Already happening, a Cancer says. All right. Leo. Taking personal trips will work wonders for you in both June and July. You need singularity, even in duality, during this time for some personal direction. Practice discretion while you are mulling through personal traumas, losses, and difficult change. Write down your musings. You are doing pre-work for a book that is forming in you. You will rise as an authority in an area that is connected to this healing and discovery phase you're in this month and next. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. I think I'm ahead of y'all. Yeah, because y'all just coming in. Thank you, Lady Trelina. We're already in Gemini season. Yeah, you are. That's all the way until what is June the 20th, I think. Whew, Jesus. All right. Libra. Be careful to not be carried away and carted off into misery, delusion, and despair. Guard against depression. Set a line of demarcation around you and your family to protect peace and emotional and spiritual safety. Also, make some intentional business moves that will cause what you do well to flourish. Embrace the praise of others as indication of your elevation. Michael, you got some fried chicken at Al?
No.
I had some today.
I want some fried chicken. Where was yours from?
It was a beer and chicken at the Atlanta airport. So good. Ludicrous restaurant. Amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that in A, B, or C? What? That ain't in A. It ain't in B. It's
a
B?
D like David.
Never go to D. Man. Come on, Arm. I see what you're doing. All right, Arm. You're arming. Both of you. Okay, let's see. Is there where I can get some chicken from somewhere? What time is it?
KFC, Bojangles, Popeyes.
KFC this time. Which one the greasiest?
Probably Bojangles.
Probably
I don't want
Popeyes.
that. I don't want that.
KFC is the greasiest.
Really?
I don't think Bojangles is super
KFC?
greasy.
KFC is greasy.
Kenny,
It is greasy.
can you ask the women in the chat, get some direction and see if they can find me some chicken? I got to have it.
Churches is probably the greasiest, but it's the farthest away.
I just need some chicken. That's all I need. I need about 2 bites. Okay, where did I stop? Okay, Libra on point for them. Dr. Reid and team, thank you for the sneak peek behind the perks. That's right, sneak peek. Naida said, be strong. I found out some great information about Naida tonight. I did not know. But we had a meeting at 6 o'clock. Felicia, you went to that meeting. I did not know that.
I did not know that at all.
Now it makes all the sense. Kara Jones said, I used to work for KFC. Don't eat there. Yeah. You just like asking me not to be black. That's the bird that God loved.
I got the recipe, their original recipe.
How'd you get that?
I just haven't tried it yet. This guy that used to work, he got fired and he shared the recipe.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Video down by now, but I got it.
I know that's right. I would like to try it when you
Want it.
Okay. All right, let's go back to this. Last was Libra, right? Okay, before we go forward, if you're in the chat and you did not have an opportunity to donate and respond in gratitude to this moment, let me see in the chat if you haven't, so I can put the flyer up so you can know how to donate and support. Yes, I want some bone-in chicken. I want to bite around a bone and hold it at the end. Good God, my Savior. I guess they had to be that Popeyes. I just want a little bite. Okay, let me answer this baby question. I brought this question, but if you have not mistreated and abused people, and that is what happens to you, how is that karma or karmic debt? No, what's happening, baby, is that there is something that is unhealed, and y'all can jump in this. Something that is unhealed, unaddressed, undealt with, that is sitting very profound in your aura, in your air. And so it's inviting this opportunity here for people to come in and abuse you or mistreat you. So what is the wound that you have not healed? And who is it that you're still holding in unforgiveness in the inside of you or in your mind? Or what memory is in an automatic loop, a thought loop in you? Because that is literally reaching out for the energetic match. And that is why that is coming up in your life. If you have not sowed the seed that you are reaping, then we need to look at what is it that you have growing and very pronounced in your actions and your thinking and in your behavior that is creating this. Because you know, there is nothing that happens in our world that we did not give it permission to happen through an act, through a thought, or the lack thereof. Yeah. Oh, Harold's. I think I had that one time. That's way downtown. Ain't that here? I think it is. What am I thinking? LA. That's right, Elizabeth. Did you invite Aris Long and his wife to the the first two meetings at the Reformation? Can y'all invite them? They need to be in the room. See if they can come early enough for that. They something. There's a ceiling. It's Aris got to be here. There's a ceiling that got to be punched through. And I know sewing is going to be very important to punch through it. But I also feel like you need to be in the room in July. I know you're going to be there Sunday, but you need to be in the room in July. Because y'all belong in the celestial circle. So I don't know what's keeping you out of there. But I want to help push you over there. And sometimes we've done a few people like that, reached all the way right where they were, and today they're leading. And that's y'all. All right, baby got an answer. Ooh, you gonna say something about that, Felicia, on the platform for your mama to hear you say that?
That's why I put it in the chat.
Okay, well, you ain't got to say it. But she gave a great insight as it relates to why some people have that karmic thing happening. But that was the way that I answered it, helped baby get it. Hashima Porter, thank you. Oh, great question, Veronica Johnson. Yes, you can give 555, 1555, 55, 50, well, if you don't have 55, 55. Of course you can, in the fives. And you're still going to receive a call in that 8-day period that Erica was talking about. If I think I'm saying that right. Yes, I am. We just always tier it, because everybody's at different levels of faith and finances. So that's why we do that. We always do that. All right. So let's get back. I think Virgo. Here we go, Virgo. You are destined to be victorious in whatever you commit to this month. Nat, your screenshot that and send that to my oldest daughter. You are destined to be victorious in whatever you commit to this month. Close all breaches in your follow through. This is your Achilles heel. What you let fall and break consistency. What you let fall and break consistency will not serve your goals of success and achievement. Be faithful until the end, and you will win big the second half of this year. And that's the word of the Lord. All right, Scorpio. You are coming through a wilderness experience filled with lessons, critical takeaways, and insight. Use these extractions as tools of navigation for the protection and prosperity of yourself and what you possess. June is all about fine-tuning your mental and emotional space and making upgrades. Your emotional intelligence is expanding. Unearth and execute new plans for forward movement and interaction. Sagittarius. Hold on, Erica. I don't see everything in here. That's the last one I see. God says to just do it and do it even if you're scared. Caution in this month will create stagnation. Oh, I need to send. Let's talk to somebody. Stagnation that will linger for 3 months and slip you into sloth and slumber. Stay active and moving and shifting in the direction of your goals and greatest passions. Break up any and all monotony with random excitement that doesn't harm, fortify vices, or satisfy the lower nature. God says to take flight this month. Interesting. Here we go. You bringing them in, Erica. I see Aquarius. Activate your awareness in a much deeper place inside of yourself for a much-needed look into what you want. Oh, my Lord, this has already started the first 5 days, and I forgot. I the one that heard the word of the Lord. Oh, my God. Give me a minute. Oh, Lord. I didn't pay attention, and I'm the one that said it. It's already happening. Boy, Jesus, they don't be playing, do they? That thing is up. Erica, you in Aquarius? Is this showing up for you yet?
It is for sure.
I mean, this is serious. And I said it at my own mouth on my fingers, and I didn't even pay attention. Let's go further. Moving towards what you want will require faith and faithful. Oh, Lord. What was I thinking? I'm in the word. Moving towards what you want will require faith and faithful conversation because it will affect other dynamics. Are you for real? God said your moves and your adjustments will prove prosperous for the collective. I can't. He real. He real. He really, I know he real. Yes, he's real. Let me tell you. I literally pray and get these words and they just go through me. And I have to do work and look back. This is the second time this year this happened. No. What year was that that was last year? I gave a word for Aquarius on a Sunday and it hit me Thursday. It was the next Sunday. Somehow or another I referred back to it and I realized, oh my God, I did not pay attention to the word. You know, you have to really stay up on this stuff. You have to study the word of the Lord, like they be telling us to study the Bible. Is that all up? Did I miss anybody?
Capricorn, I believe.
I done Cap. I done that at the top. Didn't I? Yeah. I remember saying the Caps get that. Yeah, I did this. Yeah. That's it. I got them all.
If you feel like he missed one, you can go into Patreon and they're shared, but they're actually prettier than this. They're phone version, so you can make it your lock screen on your phone.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock, and this is when we end. But normally when I'm live, I'll speak to certain ones prophetically. But I don't know if I'm able to get to that. Let me do these questions. Either way, you all 5 are called Supersede and the stakeholders. Y'all actually get called tomorrow because they do that first, right? Okay. And then Marco will start with a high performance. Question: how does the automatic prophecies work? When Bishop Jordan sends you an email or phone call, how can he prophesy to like a bunch of people at once? Okay, this is MBN Network, not Zoe Ministries, but that's my spiritual pappy. And I can tell you as much as I'm free to tell you. Okay, here you go. This is what they do. What Bishop Jordan does when you sign up, somewhere in there, they're going to get your birthday. So they're going to know your sign. So what Bishop Jordan does, sometimes every week, sometimes every month. If he do like he normally do, he'll sit at the top of a month or sometimes the top of the year, and he will go throughout the whole year of crafting and creating a prophetic word with the knowledge of knowing where you are born, and possibly even because Bishop Jordan knows how to do that thing all the way down to the T, and he can do it off his head. I've seen him do that. Somebody say they're a certain age and a certain date, and he'd be like, "Oh, so that means you and know what degree it is." I'm like, "How you do that without casting the chart?" And he can just go in his mind and do it. So that is basically the way that he do it, and craft it for everyone that is born in that sign. Looking at the charts and then hearing the word of the Lord and create something that ministers directly to you and can do it and send it out to masses of people. So that is the way that he do it. There's a little bit more to that, but that's what I know from listening and watching. All right. I answered this already. Yep, I did. Question: when someone doesn't like you but watch your channel to make ignorant comments, would you consider that to be a mental illness since they have the choice not to watch? Many times it is, but it's just peopling. What I have found out that the people that are most critical about you are just confused fans, especially when they choose to continually come to your page to make comments about what it is that you're saying. They're fans. They don't even know why they're drawn. And them being drawn to you, especially if you are not like the quintessential human and you're a little quirky and a little different. So they're looking at you, not knowing why they're drawn, but they keep coming back to just pick you apart. And it's admiration, baby. It's admiration. That's all that it is. And sometimes it is mental illness or some kind of strange obsession. But I'm not going to say that that's typically what it is. Anybody want to say something about that?
I also think that just our society has made people over the internet very emboldened. Most people, what they comment would never say that to your face. And so I'm not usually one to clap back, but every now and then I will hit them with a, "May you be as bold as you are behind your computer screen." Just because people can just be really rude, and it really doesn't hurt my feelings, but it's like, you really should think about what you're saying. I know some people literally screenshot really bad bullies, and then they stalk those people on Facebook, and they'll send the screenshots to those people's moms and wives and be like, "Did you know that your husband is a troll on TikTok?" And I actually love that and might do that next time.
Yeah. And I've seen people get fired. Yep, the screenshot out the comment section. What I used to do, well, it wasn't me, it was Jeremy. I would screenshot what they said and then make it a post, drag them in my caption. Or I will pull it out and put it on my show and make a whole show of just responding back to every person in the comment section. I think that's really fun. And it's a great way to create content. And people do it now. Now, nobody doing it, I was doing it. But now they do it on TikTok. They'll take a comment and put it up there and they'll commentate on that person's comment. You don't have to drag them. I just choose to if I feel like it. Okay, let's see next. Hey, Latino. If she's going to be in the room, was she invited to the room? Her, Stephanie, Erica Counts. I sit with them. Her, Stephanie, Erica Counts. And I got to get that Candace Gaston. I got to push her more.
And Clark.
Who?
Sean. Sandra. Clark. What's her name?
Shan.
Shan.
Yeah. Make sure they're in there. Give them the invite.
Can you tell Steph? We have a lot of Stephanies.
Stephanie Peoples.
Thank you.
She was the first lady.
Chandra Clark, Stephanie Peoples, Latina Lewis, and you said one more.
Erica Counts.
Thank you. I
And
don't like
who's
positive.
it's Angela Higginbotham?
Yeah, that name's in the chat.
Okay, good.
Got it.
They're all sitting right around me at the event we had. They need to be in that room. I mean, my whole head is stopped. I'm fully breathing out my mouth.
You got Allegra D?
I don't fool up with that because the D on that messes with my D. We're not having that.
I'll send if you really think it's allergies, I'll send you what I use. But weren't you just on a plane too?
Oh Lord! You know, yesterday my throat was hurting over here, but I've done a whole bunch of vitamin C. And I woke up this morning, it was gone, and now I got this. But I just had the IV woman come in and fix me right. Where, hey Thompsons, how y'all doing? Are y'all in? Are the Thompsons on in that room? Oh, they are. Okay. A cold compress on my head. I got some Flonase. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Okay, they got to be in that room. All right. I am starting to become more aware of my dreams, but sometimes have a hard time remembering them. That happens. That's why if you're a dreamer and you're in a season of dreaming, you need to have a routine prior to sleep. And that routine can involve some mindfulness meditation. What else you suggest, Jacera?
Herbal tea, certain kinds of music, binaural beats.
Yeah.
Cutting off social media.
Hours before. Yep. All right, got you there, baby.
Not a lot of violent or sexual movies, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you this, Latina. And looking back now, I see why. I used to love keeping my TV on First 48. I used to leave it on court TV, and that was just what my TV stayed on. And I will never forget it. I had a service, and this is one of them services back then. We don't have them kind of services too much no more. But and I was still under that whatever you call it. And when I came in my room and stepped in my room, and the TV was on the First 48, I could see that energy that was on what I was watching and how it was affecting me. And I didn't even know it. And it was playing a key role to a certain type of emotions that I was having as relates to myself. From that day to this one, everybody that's close around me knows that is true. I have not ever sat and watched this. And we talking about, what's this, 2024? This has been at least like 6 or 7 years ago. And I do not watch it up under any circumstances. All right, now Ida is giving something for you to do, Latina. Purify your mind prior to sleeping and speak your dream into a voice recording as soon as you wake up. I do that sometimes because I forget quick. Work from the most recent to the last that you can remember. Yeah. Great practical advice. Soul has some too, look like. For remembering dreams, I keep pen and paper or go to my notepad app when I wake up. Dreams in the third and fourth watch almost always keep me up until it's written down. Oh God, you're such an Aquarius. Jesus the Lamb. Hold on a minute. I'm so sorry, I forgot. Larry, I'm on your Instagram page a lot. I like Victor Thompson's song "Blessings." This song is on repeat. Great, and get find me here. Oh God, that one that takes me in too. Latina said, "Thank you. This is great." Hold on, let me do something right quick, y'all. Kendall, can you call Naweed and tell him to check his text for me? All right. All right, let's go. Next question. Now, if you're just coming in, these contractors have just blazed the stage with so much insight and added to our conversation. We've also heard what the word of the Lord is according to the time that we were born. So all of you that know your sign, rewatch this video. We also talked about the overarching word of the Lord for the month of June. And we gave you some action steps, how to put that prophecy, how to walk out that prophecy. But I only done like 2 or 3 action steps. The rest of them is in Patreon. All right. And we got one more question. This is a question for you, Jacera. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What's the purpose of the mid-heaven sign?
The midheaven sign is one of the 4 major angles that's in the 10th house, I believe. And it represents your career, often your public persona. And it's very important. Often when I do a chart, I'll go there to see, to get some guidance around a person's career and their purpose. Sometimes between the 10th and the 9th house. That's what it is. That's the midheaven. Hope that helps.
It does. Great. All right. I want to, since I see 2 supersedes, maybe we can knock them out. Y'all want to knock them out collectively, the supersedes? Then y'all ain't got to call them tomorrow. You can just do it with stakeholders. Now I only see 2 supersedes. Miss Pat, how many supersedes are they? Now, superseders, I see Cameron and Erica. I also see Vanetta Tasker. So get your cell phone out or something else to record, because if we do it now, we won't be they won't be calling you. Oh, also, this is what I want you to try, Cameron and Erica. And this is going to be dope, because I do this. You're on the list, but you also one of the prophets. So you have to speak the word of the Lord over your own self. Yep. So it's a great example. All right. So
Only if Mark does it too.
Only if Mark what?
Prophesize too. Look at his face.
Look at Mark. Mark, this is what you do, because you prophetic. Mark, this is what you do. Just take a breath, let go of the breath, and just listen to the same, from the same space inside of yourself when God tell you what to say, when you got to preach and when you got to teach and stuff. It's the exact same thing. You may get an image in your head, you may see a color, and then and we can grab it at the spirit, because you got the gift.
Look at Mark.
I mean, I know, but I ain't did it in front of 400 people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that don't matter. Okay. All right. So we only got 2 supersedes. Miss Pat, if there's more than 2, let me know. Okay, it's still coming real slow on her end. So yeah, let me we're just gonna do, if there are more than 2. CJ said Mark better start speaking in tongues. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh, some of your RPB said I would not amen again. So they're behind. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna start here now. with Cameron and Erica Phillips Super C song. Father God, we thank you for this opportunity and this moment to be able to speak your word to those that are here with us in this moment, that are participating and donating and helping upbuild this vision. Now, God, my prayer is that you will open up my eyes and that you will allow me to see, to feel, to know what is the thing that you want to say to them right now. We thank you for what is being counseled, fears, and faith is being increased. And we also thank you for being able to create the future that you have in your mind concerning all of these that are here that we will speak to. It's in Jesus' name that we offer this prayer. We receive all of what we said. Amen and amen. Cameron, Erica, the word of the Lord to you is to go. I hear God speaking to me now, saying, and when I said go, I saw go come up out of the ground. So this go is about following direction as it relates to something surrounding business. Let me look more. Now this business is turning, and I'm back to the dirt. So this has everything to do with real estate and everything to do with property. This has everything to do with housing. This has everything to do even with location. There's an adjustment that you're going to make. And this adjustment may seem minute and small, but it's going to have a powerful impact. And the Spirit says to me as well that you're in a training and a schooling period right now in your lives, collectively and also individually. That change is happening on a very personal level in both of your lives. And it's important to continue to check in with each other and have certain conversations because you're changing and you're switching. You're at a change, a pivotal change moment on a personal level and as a collective. And God says that his hand will remain strong upon you guys for the next 5 months when it comes to recalibrating and reordering of things. From June 5th, count 5 months. At the end of 5 months, you're going to understand clearly that you were being guided and directed by God surrounding real estate and also surrounding the actual attachment that you have with each other from each other's person, because it's like you're revisiting some energy from the past and working that out. God also says you need to understand that you are creating a new entire family. Now, wait a minute. Now, let me see this now. You're going to have to look into, uh, and this is going to be about 3 years from now. You're going to, why have I sent these? But I don't feel like these are your children, but they are. Let me see. Just getting clearer. Okay, I see that it's a boy, and the boy's attached to Cameron. Um, I don't know how you're going to do this, but what you're going to need to do, you're going to have to create some youth. Yes, with youth. Something's going to be done. Is going to be connected to Cameron. That's going to have to do something with some kind of mentorship things put in place for young guys 3 years out, and that's the word of the Lord. Oh, y'all shaking y'all head. I must hear everything.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't even know. Or Erica, I saw you last year in prayer, and the Spirit of the Lord said it's almost like a bow and arrow. He has shifted you're on this new trajectory into 3 years. Right now, you're already into 3 years ahead, and there is a ministry being birthed in you, almost as if you're going to be a midwife. This is something that you probably never even considered for yourself, but the Spirit of the Lord said that you're going to walk along others to help them to give birth. Then I saw the boy running around Cameron,
Wow.
running around, and the Spirit of the Lord said, "It's time for you to pick up that mentorship."
Mm,
And if you've been hesitant, if the frustration that you've experienced is partly because you've not stepped into that, it's time to step
mm,
into that now.
mm,
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow.
The first thing I seen when Larry first called the name, I heard go. He said go, and I almost felt my chair like, wow. And I know that Florida is not it. It's real estate, and it's almost like I'm seeing you guys um, focusing on Florida, but it's like God said, no, no. It's other land, new spaces, and new places that your name is on and written on. And I seen the little boy as well, and I seen more of boys that don't look like you, black
mm,
boys, or other
mm.
kind of races around that you're leading. That you are leading the time ahead.
Wow, that's amazing. Erica and Cameron, in relation to the travels, it's almost like your eyes were drawn to areas outside of the United States. So
Mm,
your eyes are going to be drawn to things outside, things and places outside, and it's going to come to a point where you're going to be like, I don't know why I'm drawn to Africa, why
mm,
I'm drawn to Aruba, but you're going to be drawn to places outside of the United States. And I see for the year 2025, you're going to begin to conduct business outside of the United States if you have not. And when you talked about the boy, my mind went to Africa with the little boys. You know how the commercial shows with the kids having no t-shirt on, but there's a drawing for you outside of the United States. And even food, there are even foods you're going to begin to crave. It's
mm,
almost going to start now,
mm.
and the foods that you're going to crave is some of the places that you're going to begin to go to and be drawn to. So get ready for your appetite to even change.
What I saw when even before Dr. Reed started praying, I saw both Cameron and Erica exiting one house holding hands. What that represented in the spirit, what I sensed was that there's a strong united front, and also what I sense is to tell you guys in different seasons to rely on each other's strength and knowing when to pivot one slightly in front of the other, and versus one taking the back seat, and in different situations one person takes the lead. Now as far as a child, which is interesting, everybody's talking about that, I saw a child behind you guys, and I wasn't sure if that was your daughter, because the image was of the child, or the emotions that I felt was masculine, but I saw this child almost go through a quick metamorphosis, so it was the child getting bigger. So that's what I sensed, and that's what I saw.
Mhm. Amen.
The only thing I seen before Reed started praying, I kept hearing the phone ring. The phone was ringing, and it's Cameron answered the phone, and there was an offer being presented to you. And I remember you looked at Erica and said, "This offer has to match what we've been looking for, or
Mm,
what we've been planning for." That's
mm. Right, and I don't know. Y'all ain't got to prophesy over yourself. This has been so much. Um, I can't. And she said Aruba. She got an Africa. I said it's a, because before she said that, I was saying it's a state. And this is what I want y'all to. I don't know. I'm almost nervous to say it because it just don't. I kept saying Arkansas, and I said, why is Arkansas keep coming up? Because look at Erica's face. I'm like, why is Arkansas coming up? I don't know if you have family in Arkansas, or I do not know what's going to take place. But I feel like there is going to be something, an opportunity that is going to open up in Arkansas, which I have never been and will fly around it.
I know there's a bunch of hunting land in Arkansas, so Cameron's
Uh,
probably seeing a
I look
hunting
at
camp.
land there periodically.
wow. Okay, was that? But Arkansas was a dancing in my head. So write that down because whatever's going to happen, there's going to be there's going to be a happening in Arkansas that's going to be tied to y'all. Okay. All right. Y'all certainly don't need no call tomorrow. Oh, you got. Oh, you recorded it.
It was 12 minutes. So thanks, everybody.
Wow. Whoa. Oh, look at camera guy. Well, see, y'all
I'm
know.
gonna send an email tomorrow and say that I'm gonna send an email in 2 days and say I didn't get my prophecy done.
The shade.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Okay, J. Tyler Thompson, y'all need to write to the side, Scotland and Germany. Lord, where are we gonna be?
Scotland is on like the top of my. That's where my people.
Whoa.
You know what also starts with A? Abu Dhabi, which I know is Dubai, but it's in my. Remember we were talking about the
Yes.
cartography? It's my
Yeah.
line through it.
Yes, Erica. Oh, I remember we just talked about that the other day.
I have a line straight through it in my astrocartography.
Oh, you may need to go visit. Oh my God. Ugh. Okay, let's pull out of that. I'm still trying to see over there. All right. The last one that we're going to do, because these are superseders, but stakeholders, all 5 prophets are going to call you tomorrow. High performers, Shamako's going to call you individually. And then the partners, they're going to break off and each one of them will call you. And anybody that done in the donation tonight, you're going to be receiving a call. Give us some time. It can be up to 8 days, but it shouldn't be that. All right, Vanetta Tasca. The word of the Lord to you, Vanetta Tasca, is this. I see where God is forming you into a much greater image and version of yourself. You have begun a journey, and this journey is a healing journey, but more than healing, it is a becoming journey. And I believe that what I'm saying, you already sense and you know this. But the Lord says that I am going to heal you from mistreatment, from a feminine energy that is in your family and in your vicinity. God says that you are not only healing psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, but there's also healing that is happening in your body. The Spirit of God is showing me your abdomen area. And it's like I'm going down at the bottom of your abdomen, so a female something. I don't know if you've experienced this irregular bleeding already, but had you not sowed this seed and had this moment, you would have experienced. And if you are experiencing it, you are going to have a healing like the woman with the issue of blood that is going to take place in your abdomen area. There's a correction that is happening in that area. And the Spirit of God also wants me to let you know that it's your diet. Okay. Sugar. You've got to pull away and out of sugar. And I'm saying you got to do it like last month. You have got to bring the sugar intake down. And that's the word of the Lord. Everybody else, you can speak the word of the Lord to her.
Really confirmation on what Reid said. When he was praying for you, Vanetta, I was hearing a popping and then I seen blood shoot out. And so I believe the word that he was speaking over and the instructions that you were receiving should cancel all that out. And I'm also seeing where there needs to be a decrease in your calories, and you need to get on some type of plan, as the man of God has already said already, as far as your diet is concerned.
Okay, this is confirmation to what Dr. Reid and Latrice said as well. I've seen you putting something down, but then thinking yourself back into it again. And I heard the word of the Lord say you don't need it. Don't go back and pick it back up. And I know it has to do with maybe some sugars or some sweets or certain things, but it's like you don't need it. Turn away from it completely.
Just confirmation again. I saw her in the kitchen, and it's like I saw her like really hands-on and cooking. But what she was cooking looked like whole fresh like fruit is what I saw.
Vanetta, I see you on a journey, and it's going to start in the mind first. And I don't know if you dream, but I see dreams coming to you as it relates to dishes and even foods to eat. And that's going to shift you into a place. It's almost like your body is going to become lightweight. And I hear the spirits of the Lord saying for you that to get ready to travel as well. There's some work that you must do in different cities and then outside of the United States as well. But you're going to have to be ready to pick up and go. And what you're eating right now and how you're feeling in your body is going to limit you from the travel that you must do.
Um, so I'm hearing a couple of things, but alkaline diet is something for you to study, for you to consider. An alkaline diet, and who's coming to me is Dr. Sabi. The other part to this for you is resting. Um, a part, it's almost as if there's a struggle fighting off when there is sickness, the immune system. Spirit of the Lord is saying to rest, to find yourself resting, making that an intentional part of your self-care, making it something that is priority over everything else. This female energy, Spirit is saying to release that because that is working against even your immune system. It's putting you at risk of something that is being aborted tonight.
Amen. Amen.
What I saw when I prayed over your name is the word victory. And it's interesting that you have a lot of prophecies that are going forth even now, telling you, some of the things that you need to clean up in your diet. So you may start to feel overwhelmed with some of the transitions and the changes that are going to be required. But because of this seed that you have sown tonight by faith, and I even sense that it stretched you outside of your comfort zone a bit, there is victory that is being declared over your life. And particularly, I saw the word hovering over you. So I believe it aligns with your body, not just you, but your body in itself. So that's the word of the Lord.
And mine's easy. I just heard one word. It was accountant. So I'm guessing that might mean you have all these other changes happening, but also connect with an accountant as well.
Right. Business money. Make shifts there. Make sure she's on the financial wellness plan just to begin with. Um, I want to make sure that there are no more superseders. And for those of you that are coming in, about what the hell is a superseder? We give at different levels because people are at different levels of their faith and finance. And we've heard such great teaching. So we're responding to that teaching with our gratitude. And we're giving in fives. And there's an action that we're going to do alongside of that first work after the word of faith. That I explained earlier. I'm going to tell you about it. But make sure each and every one of you have participated in the Mastering Me seed that we've done tonight and remain in the work of mastering your core self. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to change into the best version, the absolute best version of yourself. It's already done started. But we're just going to be holding your hand in Patreon, helping you as you are in that journey of becoming. Because becoming is a journey. It is absolutely a journey. A little bit excruciating, but it is a journey. And this is the way that you can do your seed. In this community, before we do our seeds, our tithe, and our offering and things of that nature, we do the teruma first. If you don't know what the teruma is, you can go to linkpop.com/MBN what? Links? What MBN was it? We didn't go
To learn what the teruma is, that is bit.ly/MBN FAQs.
All right, somebody put it in the chat. Oh Lord, I think I just deleted something that was supposed to stay in there. Oh Jesus. Hmm. Remember the master me in the memo section. Put mastering me and your phone number, so we can know exactly who you are. I want to thank the contractors tonight for helping and doing what you guys did tonight and what you do every Wednesday when we're breaking down what happened on Sunday. And those of you that are just coming in, I want you to make sure you said the amounts on the flyer is different. Lord, there is. I'm not asking Claude for another edit because I keep messing it up. That's the old one. That's the one for Sunday. Yeah, that's right. That's not right. So you can take that down. Just 55. We don't want 55. 55. I text them wrong. Text them wrong. That's not his fault. You're on the plan, okay. Oh, you sold Taruma and Super Seed, Naida. It must come slow.
Naida's on the note now.
Oh, I don't even see the note. Okay, let's speak the word of the Lord. Naida, this is the word of the Lord. I hear the Spirit say you're gonna need to use your no. Um, you're gonna have to use no because it's a yes to the help. It's a yes to the responsibility. The Spirit says a yes. But in that, you're gonna have to make some notes. So set lines of demarcation. The Spirit says sets these lines of demarcation as you are committing to help. It's almost like long term or long haul help. We can be a month, it can be a year, but remain a yes, but lay lines of demarcation as relates to this yes. The Spirit says it's going to be a war for your attention. It's also going to be a war for that's going to try to distract you as relates to whatever this is that you are wanting or needing or being asked to take on. The Spirit says yes, but you're going to need to lay lines of demarcation for the purpose of not being in distraction. And the Spirit also says this to me, that get ready for inheritance. Something is going to fall in your lap, and I'm talking about big. And the Spirit says you're going to be trusted with this, and you're going to show up as an heiress in this. And God says that I am going to also bring you into a space and into a place to where you're going to be able. And let me tell you the way that I see it. And I know that what I'm seeing is as I'm seeing it. I see you stacking gold. I don't know how. I don't even know how you get hold of gold, except for investing in stock. Maybe somebody else know, but you're going to be dealing with precious metals, and what I'm seeing is gold. All right, anybody else?
I see Naida. I seen you traveling and being drawn to places unknown. It's like you getting pulled away. So I'm not sure if you're going to be doing this for personal reasons or for business wise. But you're drawn. You're going to be drawn to to unknown places.
What I
I'm
saw,
being. Go ahead. Go ahead, Cameron. I'll go.
what I saw for Naida, I saw you walking in what seemed to be a garden, but on both sides there was very beautiful vegetation. It was just growing like very green, almost like this luxury garden that you was walking in. And I believe that represents that you're going to be in between extreme abundance and in a literally a wealthy place and an abundant place.
Naida, just as Dr. Reid said about using your no, there are some opportunities Hello? Can you hear me? There's some opportunities that's going to come your way. Some you will decline. I even see your eyes almost like lasers, and your eyes are going to begin to really go into the hidden places. And even it's like you're going to begin to see on the inside of people and even where sickness lies in their body. So get ready to capture the what's hidden to others. You're going to be able to see in the spiritual realm.
That's amazing. This goes right along with what Felicia just said, because I heard the word healer, and it was like I saw like her touching. It started with her, but it was like I saw her almost like touching others, bringing healing.
Naida, I saw only what my mind's eye could call your soul. I saw your soul as like a celestial outline where I saw you with you were filled with the stars and the dust of your earth, the earth and your ancestors, and it was sparkly, glittery, dark blue and sparkly silver stars.
I was being pulled, Naida, into the world of your emotions, and I saw you seated at a table. I don't know if you remember the movie. I think it's called The Shaft. I can't remember the name of the movie. The movie is about the God and the different manifestations of God. The Shack. I think that's what it's called, The Shack. And I saw you sitting at the table with a female, and I believe it was Holy Spirit, and you all were talking and conversing and having an in-depth conversation about your emotions and about your feelings and about how you're showing up. As you move into the space of healer, you're going to be the first partaker, and Spirit is saying you're going to master it. It's going to be a thorough work. It's going to be thorough. Nothing will be lacking. You're going to master your emotions in a way that you never have before.
Okay, I just got back. I don't know. Are we talking about Naida? Okay. Naida, I seen you laying hands. I don't know if you even have done that before, but I seen you laying hands. But I heard the word of the Lord say, "Put your hands on it." And I know you do workings, but I heard, "Put your hand on it." There's certain things you're gonna speak to, but also as a sign of work and a sign of faith, I'm saying you put your hands on certain things.
Oh wow. All right. Is that everybody went? Okay. All right. Oh, she said yes. Gold dust surrounds me is what I write often. Wow. Ain't that something? Okay. We are complete. If there's anyone else that we missed, don't worry. They're calling you on tomorrow. The only thing is I won't be there, but they'll be there and they're well able. I saw someone says, I guess they donated and they didn't put their name and number, so they can't receive a call. But this is wrong. It's donations at the mbnnetwork.org, not .com. That'll go to somebody else. You know. Starting tomorrow, they're going to be calling. All right, God bless you. Well, this thing I'm so glad I remember is a Vapo inhaler that opened that right on up. Y'all got one of these. This thing worked, and for that we give him praise. All right, see you guys later. God bless all of you. And if you have not become a part of the Celestial Circle, please consider becoming a part. If you want to know how to become a part, email info@thembnnetwork.org and we'll show you how. And if you join Patreon tonight, you'll be able to show up on Sunday morning here in Atlanta, July the 28th. Reformation Experience starts that Tuesday with our highest donors. And so many things we're going to be doing all week. And that Friday, if you're a patron, you can come too. We can tell you how to be there. We rented out a whole place and we'll be together doing what we do. Then Sunday morning at 8 a.m., we'll be in the main ballroom. We get all that information to you once you become a patron, and we'll let you know how that whole week is going to be looking in July. And I can't wait. It's going to be great. See you guys later. Bye-bye.